Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a whiskey and diet, and I'll be reviewing the Backtrack by Erin La Rosa. This is a book I received as an ARC from NetGalley and also the publisher Harlequin Trade Publishing. I am part of their influencer team, but all that means is that on NetGalley, when I apply for a book, I am auto-approved. I receive no financial compensation for these reviews, and as always, I'm going to give my honest opinion. These are the tropes. And there are no content warnings listed in this book. This is definitely a feel-good book that gets you all in nostalgia. Like, the author really pushed that this is going to make you feel nostalgic. And oh my God, as I was reading this, that definitely hit on so many levels with this book. And I'm really excited to talk about why I enjoyed about it so much. And I am giving this book 4 stars. It was definitely an enjoyable read. So what's this book about? So this book is about Sam, who back in high school dreamed of 2 things: how she was going to get off this small town island like her mother always told her to. Unfortunately, her mother did skip town, leaving her with her grandmother, as well as living her best days with her friend Damon, who they are always listening to great alternative emo music and dissecting the lyrics and coming up with great playlists. Now, as they've gotten older and their friendship grew, some undertones of there potentially being more than just a friendship grew between them. And when the decision came whether or not to make it more or stay as friends, Sam decided to keep themselves as friends. Now, 20 years later, she definitely lived up to her dream of escaping the small island and is living her best life as an international pilot, seeing the world and living in Paris. She never really intended to come back to the island. She really left it in her rear view mirror. But when she is back on the island to help her grandmother, who is getting up in years and is now looking to sell the family home, and Sam is back on the island there to help her or try to convince her to stay. She's really there to assess the situation, but definitely help clean out the house. So as she's back in her house, in her childhood bedroom, seeing all the questionable fashion choices, all the amazing posters up of Fall Out Boy, Evanescence, and just getting sucked back into that time in, like, I think it was 2007, 2008, those high school years for her, it is definitely bringing back the nostalgia, especially once she finds a CD player with an unplayed CD that her best friend Damien had made for her right before that eventful fork in the road, let's say it. And she decides to start listening to this CD, and what she finds out is listening to the CD actually transports her back to those important pivotal moments back in high school where she took a different path, where the possibilities are now being explored that could have happened if she had explored a real relationship with Damien. So now she's left wondering if, as she explores these memories, if she made the right choice, if the choices she made back when she was in high school were the right choices, or if she made the right ones to leave. So now she's confronted with what could have been, the question of what could have been and what could have happened if she had kissed and gone through with possibly having a relationship with Damien. So what are my thoughts on this book? Again, I'm giving it 4 stars. I definitely enjoyed this book, especially with all the nostalgia, because back in high school, I was that goth kid who was making the questionable fashion choices, as well as listening to the same songs listed in this book with the same playlist. It was a great time, and it definitely got me in my feels as I was reading the book. But along with these feelings of nostalgia, there were really impactful moments, especially as it pertained to Sam, the female main character. Some of those impactful moments were the choices that Sam made in the past, and as well the choices that Sam is now having to make for her future. Choices that have left her wondering if she made the right choice in the past, and if she's making the right choices now for her future, because she doesn't want to lose herself, but she also doesn't want to lose out on the opportunity for love with the one that got away. So these choices that Sam was constantly confronted with, and the decisions she had to make about them, definitely made her real and relatable to me, that I really enjoyed, and it just made her a very well-rounded character in my opinion. Now, another thing I really enjoyed about this book was the trope of the one that got away. It's not usually my favorite trope, but the way that this was addressed with a magical CD player transporting their consciousness back with some great music was definitely a fun and interesting way for the characters Sam and later Damien to explore what would have happened if they made different choices, what their life could have been if they had stayed together, and also what their life could have been if they separated. So it was definitely a fun and interesting take on the one that got away trope that I definitely enjoyed. Now, if you want to relive the nostalgia of the 2000s, you definitely need to check out this book. This book will be available July 16th. Definitely give it a download. It's a fun read, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.